Hey folks, it's Amey B. We're cooking it down at Music Town, and I am here at the Bunganut Pig in Franklin, Tennessee with the John Sutton Band. How you guys doing? Doing great.
Good.
Great, good to see you. Thanks for letting us come into your abode here. Yeah. We are on the bus, man. This is where the magic happens, so the guys told me. So, but we're going to leave a little bit before that happens, okay? We're going to get this interview, get the heck out of here.
Not quite magic hour.
Not magic hour yet. Yeah, that happens after midnight, I think. So, but we wanted to come out here, Rick Reese and John and Mark, and I have seen Rick and John play before, and I've known Rick for a long time, so just fabulous musicians and a great band. So my girl Jamie and I wanted to come out and film these guys and check them out tonight. So I know you're going to enjoy the show. We're going to film some of that later, so stick around so you can see some of the live performance that's coming up. And John Sutton is the leader of the band. And tell me how you started this thing out, John.
I just moved to Nashville thinking I wanted to be a country singer, and it took me about a month to figure out I'm not a country singer.
Gotcha.
So I started a rock band and been doing this for about 12 years, I guess.
Very cool, very cool. Now, Rick, I know you've been with John for a while. How long have you been with John?
It'll be 3 years in July.
Wow, okay. And Mark, you're the newest addition. You are the drummer.
The baby.
The baby.
The baby in the
He's
band.
the baby of the band. So how long have you been with him?
About 6-7 months.
6-7 months. And you're a Knoxville boy?
Yep.
And you're from Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
And Rick, I know you're from Florida, kind of via
Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Boston,
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
New Hampshire.
That's the thing about Nashville, folks, is you come here, you're going to find people from all over the place. They come here because it is Music City. So we are very excited to come and check them out. You're going to love the show tonight. But we want to talk a little bit about them so you get to know a little bit about, them. So besides the music. Now, tell me, how did you put together John Sutton Band? What got you going with this thing? And have you been doing it for how many years have you been doing this?
I was a late bloomer in college, just kind of started, got my first guitar, started playing and stuff. And as far as the John Sutton Band, it was, had other band names and stuff. And in the beginning, when I first moved to Nashville, just doing acoustic gigs, started as John Sutton. And typical Nashville, it's, always different people playing with me and stuff, so that's just kind of how that happened. And
right.
So then,
and you guys are on the road a lot, I understand. Mm-hmm. So you're like a road band, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah. So do you do a lot of stuff here in Nashville, or do you mostly stay on the road a lot?
No, we do. We travel a lot. We don't play much in Nashville. The Bunganut Pig here has been really cool to us. We play here like 6 times a year, so it's been, Mark and Amy have been really cool to help us out with that. But no, we're doing like about 180 shows a year.
Yeah.
And really only doing about 6 or 7 around the Nashville area. So we're just trying to go.
Well, a lot of bands do that. So, because that's where you make your monies out of town, because they don't pay you anything here playing in Nashville because they got like 1,000 team players in this town. So you really got to hit the road to make some money, So if you want to do it for a job, so that's really cool. Now, who books? Do you guys have management, or who's booking the band?
Wish. Right now I'm booking it.
Yeah.
It's my day job.
Yeah.
Wake up, start begging for gigs on the computer and online.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing pretty good because you stay
good.
pretty busy. I mean, 180 or so gigs a year is a pretty busy band, So that's cool.
Wherever the lettuce.
Yeah, there you go. So tell me about it. I know what separates you guys, from the rest of the Nashville bands here. A lot of bands play down on Broadway, okay? You go down to Broadway and you see the bands that play, they literally play like 5 days a week down at the same club, the same bar, doing the same songs. Really a lot of cover stuff. Of course, that's what the tourists want to hear. So, you got to hand it to them. They're doing what they're supposed to do, what the people ask for. But when you go on the road and you're doing your own thing, and I've heard you guys before, and you've got your own sound, which I really, really dig, okay? Even though you do a lot of cover, you have your original style and everything too. So tell me, Rick, a little bit about what brings that chemistry together for you, with John and with Mark.
Well, like you said, in Nashville, a lot of people play, for a living. We all are, but on Broadway, there's a revolving door. A lot of guys are coming in and out. They're going on the road. They're coming back. You're not really sure what's happening, and so there's a homogenized sound, really. I think great, but I think this band with the members that have stuck together for several years now, you're allowed to develop a sound, a unique sound, and focus on the strengths of each member. Like John, obviously, it's his song, his crafting of his songs, his songwriting, his delivery, his sex appeal. There's a lot going on with the band, and as a trio, we have an ability. As a trio, we have an ability.
Rock and roll, folks. I'm telling you, anything can happen
It's
here.
the bus. What happens on the bus stays on the bus. Stays on the bus. Anyway, but we're allowed as a trio to kind of go outside the lines a little bit and really have afforded the opportunity to create a sound.
Yes.
The bass does a little untraditional role sometimes. The drums, and obviously with John able to just really be have that delivery.
Yeah.
And the cover songs, they're a reflection of what John's tastes are, our tastes.
Yeah,
And we play them like they're ours. They're fun. They're not stale. We never look bored. That's what I love about the band.
Yeah, you guys definitely rock. I mean, you have a lot of great energy, and I love that. And you are the brand. You are John Sutton. You're the lead singer, guitar player. Tell me a little bit of how that feels. About you kind of that's a lot of weight on you. You are the leader. It's your name out there. So tell us how that works for you. Choosing your players. I mean, is a reflection of what you're looking for in your sound.
Right. It's I like where it's at now. It is a band. Everybody's got their contribution. Everybody's doing their thing. Everybody feels confident in what they're bringing.
Yeah.
And that's always what I wanted. I never wanted to be John Sutton.
Yeah.
But it's just like in Nashville, it's like, I always joke around, it's like Nashville's like the easiest place in America to like put together a great band, but it's like the hardest place in America to like keep one together for more than a month.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole name kind of started from. Is like, when I first came here, came up with some band name or something, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, a couple months later, they're moving on to their thing, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm starting over.
Yeah.
So, with the acoustic gigs in the beginning, that's how the name kind of started.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, it's getting out there, I guess.
Yeah,
So.
very cool. And Mark, since you're the baby of the band and the new guy on the block, tell me how'd you come to get with these guys here? What happened?
I'd moved here back in 2004 to go to college down in Murfreesboro, and eventually came to finish school, and that's not necessarily on their terms, but found myself in a band playing some covers and kind of doing the bar scene down on Broadway.
Your mom's gonna be calling me.
Yeah.
When my boy finished college.
Oh, it's all his and Mom, it's all his fault.
Yeah.
John
This guy here, remember this face. You can find him anywhere.
Yeah.
He's a brand.
But I found myself playing some covers in a band, and through meeting people, I found a guy that was playing with these guys for a couple months, and long story short, I was subbing some gigs with these guys and started to like it, and there's just something about the band. John's original music is everywhere we go, there's people singing. I mean, they request songs in places that I had never even been. I was like, man, they know our music. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's very awesome.
That's a pretty incredible feeling when they're requesting the original music almost more than the cover songs that we write.
Right.
And that's
Now that's my next question here. Now you've got a CD. Is you're selling out there? You're peddling some music out there? Yeah.
I
Okay.
like the CD is Swim.
Oh, cool. Okay. Now, when did you do the CD? How old is it?
It's been it'll be 2 years in May is when it came out. So we're actually getting ready to go back in a couple weeks here and record again, and hoping for a Memorial Weekend to be released with a new CD.
Oh, awesome. We'll be looking for that. Now, where can folks find your music? You on iTunes, you on CD Baby, and all that kind of
CD
stuff?
Baby just has been, them along with other websites are obviously in this day and age, it's a great time to be this level of a band.
Yeah.
Just all the marketing tools out there and stuff. And
it's great. Yeah.
So CD Baby's been good as far as getting us to, all the iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff.
Awesome. We're going to be able to find stuff on CD Baby. Now, can people download on iTunes too? Are you there? Or?
Yeah, it's on iTunes and everything. The website is really the best place to go to. Rick.
Well, what's your website? What's your website address?
JohnSuttonBand.com.
Okay, and we'll put that on. We'll roll that on the credits too, so you folks can know where to find them, where to buy it, where to download, and their website and everything. And then you can find out where they're going to be.
Maybe we have a bunch of free stuff on there too. A bunch of free download stuff.
Oh, free is good. I think I'll go there tonight.
Rick's our multi-talent guy. He does a website, does a good job, and he's always got like cool stuff on there for people to download for free. So.
Awesome.
I mean, it's really incredible now. I've been in bands for quite a long time, majority of my life, and this time with Facebook, the accessibility of digital, media, it's unbelievable what you can really do.
It's unreal.
And stay connected with the people, and we have the greatest fans out there.
Yeah,
so
you do.
proud.
And I happen to be one, and our camera gal, Jamie's behind the camera right
Yes.
now, which you can't see. She's a huge fan. We were really, really excited, really were. We've been waiting for them to be in town so that we could come out here and film them. And I sincerely mean that with all my heart. That's why we are here tonight, because of the John Sutton Band. And you guys go to their website, go buy their CDs, download, go CD Baby, wherever you can find it, and check these boys out, because they may be coming to your town soon. Thanks a lot,
Appreciate
guys.
y'all doing that.
Man,
It's
I
really
appreciate
cool.
it. Thank you.
Thanks, Amey.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It's so
you.
nice to meet you.
Two
Hey, and
hands,
stick,
two hands.
stick,
Two
hey,
hands,
woo,
two hands,
two
two
hands,
hands,
two
two
hands.
hands.
Stick around, because the music's coming up now. It's a wrap.